Hey, it's DevPTB and welcome to my Docker video. Today I'll be showing you how to containerize your first Docker image. And if you haven't watched my previous video about Docker, please do make sure to check that. So today we'll be diving in how to create and upload your first Docker image on Docker Hub, so you can share them privately or publicly to anybody, even your friend. You can give them to run it on their computer. Dive into creating and pushing your first Docker image into Docker Hub. So yeah, I created a simple folder what we'll be using to work. So you open your terminal and then install npm in. So npm init-y will do everything for us. We don't have to choose the name of the package. So here you see it picks the name of the package, the version, which we can change that into anything, maybe version 2, any version. But since this is version 1, let's leave that version. And description, maybe you can just describe your npm. Hey, I am. So you see, and now let's install express package, npm I express. So why I use npm I express is because I is still a short form for install. Maybe saying npm install express, I don't want to use npm install express since I'm used to using I. So why it's installing, let's create our, okay, it's installed. So now let's create our server file, which will name index.js. So yeah, in our index.js, this is where we write our server code. But due to waste of time, and um, I've written all the documentation about everything and written all the code we'll be using to work. So here in our documentation, this is a guide to install Docker and sign up with Docker on their official website. If you are using Linux and you would like to use command, here is the command to install Docker. And if you are on Mac OS, you can use this command. And for Windows, this is the command for Windows. So next we'll be creating our server. So this is the code for creating server. Let me paste it in our server. So here in our server, once this URL for the landing page is hitting, then we'll send this response hello from Docker and Node.js version 1, since this is version 1 we're working on. So next we'll be creating a Docker file and then pasting the Docker setup, and I will explain everything about it. So let me create the Docker file. So let me copy what is supposed to be there and paste. So yeah, this is what we'll paste on our Docker file. From the comment I even gave, you will understand. So yeah, I'm using the official Node version, which is from is telling which Node version, from Node version 18. And yeah, I'm setting the work directory which the Docker image will be pushed to. So yeah, the work directory Docker, and then I'm copying all the package.json and then running npm install to get all the right dependency and everything. And copy dot is copying the rest of the app, maybe the index, everything. Like if you are using Next.js, like your app, everything, the other app. Then yeah, I'm exposing the ports. This is our ports. Port 3000 will be running. I'm exposing it, so Docker we understand that, okay, yeah, we're running on this port. So this command, this cmd is command to start the app. You need to do npm run dev. So when you hit npm, you enter the npm run dev on your terminal, then the node app will start running. Okay, so this is what we'll do. In our npm package.json, we'll have to add that command. So when it's enter, it will run our server. So you do something like this: dev, then index dot js. So node, so node index.js. So this when we run this command, it will automatically run, node will run this our index.js, which is our server, and then it will start running. So next, let's go to the documentation so you see. So next, we have built our first server, but we just only added our docker file and we haven't tag it or push it or create it in docker hub. So what we'll do, we'll use this command to build. Let me copy the command. So yeah, this first place, this will be your docker username. So for me, my docker username is pero4l, and then the name of your docker file, maybe what you want to push to docker teach to, since my own file name is docker teach, so I'll be using this. So yeah, this command is actually telling docker to build this our app and build it to this user, which is your username. So this username will tell docker that okay, this is the person trying to build this particular app. So let me build, let me hit enter. It's loading. Let's wait for it to load. I think it's network. So wait, let me open my terminal full so you see something. Okay, still loading. Okay, you see something, docker building. So it asks for my password. So when you are registering your docker, it will ask you to, for password. So the password you use, so this is what you use. So this is my password. So yeah, if you notice something, it's saying building, this is the time, building 8/10. So is first of all, look here. Okay, first it's from docker, io node version 18, you see. And then second, the work directory, this is the work directory, it catch the work directory and copy the JSON, and then run npm install and copy the rest of the file. So yeah, our docker file have already been built. So maybe if I do something like docker images, so I don't know, this kind of okay, this terminal is not opened. Or let me see if I can, I don't want it to be squeezed. Okay, yes, so you see, this is our app that we just built on docker 30 seconds ago. You see, look at the space, like the weight, like the size of the app. This is the id, the image id, unique to this particular image. So if you notice, the tag is latest. So when you push to docker, by default it pushes as latest. So when you want to tag, maybe for your app with a different version, maybe version 1, and later you want to upgrade to version 2, so let me show you how to tag. Let me open back this guy and then reduce the terminal. I just wanted to show you that. So let me go back to the documentation. So this is how to tag. Control copy. So this is how to tag your app. Let me write everything and explain it. Let me open this terminal so it won't be confusing. So yeah, this is how to tag your docker file. this the command, the keyword docker tag, then we're tagging our first image, which is pero4l, which is the username slash docker underscore 2. You remember when we check our docker file, this is the docker we're trying to tag. So this is the tag latest, which we don't want latest, and now we're tagging it to this, our docker username and the docker name, then version. You see, after the name, we'll add our version. So let me do version 2. Then if I tag, you see, you just enter. So this is tag. So let me check the docker images again, and then you see it's already tagged. Oh, why? Yeah.
Just continue what you do.
Okay.
Just continue what you do.
So if we check, you see this our docker image have been tagged to version 2, which we just did. So this is telling our image that okay, here's version 1 at latest. Okay, latest is our version 1. Our version 2 of the app is this latest, same thing. So once when this will work is maybe when you come to your this thing and just do maybe docker version 2, or you make change, or you did something different in your app, and you want to tag it. Okay, this thing I did different is this is our version 2 of this app. Then you tag it as version 2 depending on how you want to use it. So now you see this our app is already tagged to our own docker. This is repository, but it haven't been pushed to docker hub. So I'll be showing you how to push that to docker hub. Let me go back to the documentation. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's run our docker app and see if it will actually run. Let's try that and see. Let's run the local host, so you see what happen when we run the app. Okay, then here would be your username. Okay, so this is the keyword docker run -p, then the local host that will expose, which is this our local host, then our docker username and the docker file we would like to run. So let me run this and see. Okay, unable to find. Oh, because we did not rebuild. Let me run this. Script def run. Okay, it's from this our package.json run index.js. Okay, docker teach 2. I'm sorry, my file name wasn't correct. Sorry about that. So you see this is our correct file name, because it's docker teach 2, not just teach. So see, this is saying app running on localhost port. Okay, let me visit this URL and so you see something. My Chrome is loading. My Chrome is loading too slow. Let me open. Okay, the Chrome just opened. Sorry about my slow laptop. So if you see, if you look, you see this docker. Let me zoom it. Hello from docker and node version 1. So this hello from node from docker and node version 1 is actually coming from this our app. This is what we sent once this URL is hitting, like this URL is open, then this should display hello from docker and node version 1. So that is why we're actually seeing it on the browser. So this is actually what is in our app. this is just like an example, not like your app might have different thing, maybe a image, like your full working app. Then let's go back to the documentation. And now docker push, this is the command for pushing into Docker Hub. So let me copy it and then let's run it. Let me add another terminal. Okay, so the keyword docker push, then your username pero 4L, and then the docker will be pushing docker teach to, maybe if you want to push your version 2, you can add it version 2. But me, I'll be pushing my normal latest, like my first version. I won't be pushing the version 2. So the keyword docker push, then your username, then the docker you will be pushing, and then you hit enter. Oh, sorry about that, this dot is not supposed to be there. Okay, so this is like an optional in case you want to push plus your, okay, let's just push this our tag name version 2. Okay, I think this is correct. So if you notice, let me open my terminal so you see this have been pushed. See, this have been pushed, this have been pushed, this have been pushed. Okay, so this is mounted, push, mounted. So all these things are what we push into our Docker Hub. So if I go to my Docker Hub and check, okay, let me check for images. Let me reload. Let me reload it. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is what we just push. Let me open it in full. I don't know why it's not opening full. So in our Docker Hub, this is our Docker Hub now. This is what we push. Peru 4L docker underscore teach 2 version 2. So you see, it's actually now in our Docker Hub. We can now share this image to anybody, maybe our friend or anybody that you want to run your app. You share this is how you share your Docker image. This is the Docker image you share. Just copy this and share it to them. So what they will do, they will now do something like this: docker pull, then let me just copy it and put it on the terminal, because I can't actually pull it since I already have it, but I will copy it and show you how it's supposed to look. Okay, so docker pull, so like this, docker pull, then the name of the username, the docker, like this is your Docker image. Then if I hit this, it will automatically put your Docker image into my local machine, and then I can run it and it will work perfectly fine the way it works on your own computer. It will work the same way on my own computer without no error, no comma, no break. Like, it will work fine. So thank you so much. This is how you can use Docker. I hope you find this video useful, and don't forget to follow me. This Peru 4L you actually see here, this is actually my name on X and also my GitHub. So thank you. I will post the documentation link in the description of the video. So thank you so much for sticking with me on the Docker video. I hope you find this useful and you learned something from it. Please do not forget to hit the like button, share and comment. Thank you so much. See you on the next video.